Okay, let's see here. Are we live? We're live! A quicker than ever turnaround on knowing that we are live. Do I want to play this playlist right now? I think I want to do Zelda. I think I'm in the mood for more of a Zelda type. Let's get that OST set up. Not the OST, the Zelda music stream. Not this one. Don't. It moved my window into like a tiny, tiny corner. You know what? Let's try this one. How louder? So quite loud. Back up, because I'm bringing you down. Gosh. And I'm quiet. Hello. Hello, here I am. I'm approaching. Where's the camera? Must have gotten moved a little bit, huh? Right, something like that. There we go. And here is where I would expect my mic to be. Somewhere like that. Hello. Hello. Yep, I've been moving around my monitors a bit, and that made everything. Oh, this is two vibes though. This is too like I need to fall asleep or cry. I don't want to cry. I want to listen to Zelda music. For working. Intended for working. All right. It's piano, but it's at least like I'm sure it's going somewhere is the point. Oh yeah. I should ping the channel. We are live for a quick little stream. Oh yeah, I haven't introduced anything. So this is going to be a very quick stream. I'm not going to be on for super duper long because I have things happening. Where is the YouTube? God damn it. I need like 100 monitors. Here. Alright, so posted in the Discord. And then do my little tests. Whoa, whoa, my phone's freaking out. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hello, George. How are you? How was your stream? Did you just end? Oh, thank you for the follow, Crimson Mana. Oh, you rated. Thank you very much, George. That's very kind of you. I hope you had a fun stream. I was enjoying watching. There's lots of cool stuff in there. I really liked the very like formulaic idle game approach. I think it was a nice topic because it was cool seeing you like chug through like sort of concept after concept. It was great. I liked it. I was dipping in and out, so I didn't get a full view. But hello, hello. Heart. I heart you, bud. So today we are working with my friend Column. It's a quick stream. We've been working for the past couple of days to... Oh, great. You like bevy stuff. Awesome. Yeah, so in preparation for the bevy jam, which starts on Sunday, I think, or maybe Monday. And that goes for like a week and a half or 2 weeks. me and Colum, who is my friend who does a lot of dev with me, we've been building sort of a tiny game. This is most of the code, but I think he recently pushed some stuff to main. So, yep, we got a couple more commits. These are 2 more of my own commits and 1 more of his. Suppose that means that the GitHub should be updated with lots of new stuff. Great. Yeah, so we kind of just finished basically what I'll call like maybe the fundamental layer. We're effectively 20th, isn't it? So 4 days. Saturday. Oh, it's Saturday. It's as early as Saturday. I thought it started on Sunday. So yes, the 20th. So let's see. What do we got here? Column didn't fix this part. That's fine. I will fix this. So you merged in your code. Anything you have to follow up with or stuff to fix the compile errors. So I'm hoping Colin will come on Discord and we'll get to kind of go through a lot of this stuff together. But regardless of that, like whether we do that or not, my goal from here is basically to, because we just merged in some code that I mean, it's clear there are some like issues. We had some separate changes to the same sort of dependency, internal dependency, like one of these libs that these things are relying on. So I need to fix that. It would be this, I believe. And then once we go from there, because we have like a lot of code written, I think it's we're at a good point where I can actually kind of render stuff on screen and maybe show some of the gameplay and do some fun stuff. Is there something blocking build? You're not seeing any errors here. Might just be Rust Analyzer then. It probably is actually. In fact, let's just do a cargo build. Yep, was just Rust Analyzer. My bad. All right, so he did fix it in merge. That's excellent. Meaning from here, yeah, we can start going. Let me pull up my notes real quick. This is the idea. This is sort of the sketch of the game. We basically have like there was a board game I played as a kid a couple of times where effectively you have a base with a laser and you put down mirrors every turn to sort of deflect the laser towards your opponent. So this is kind of like a version of that. It's an expression of that type of mechanic. So we have like this definition for how to integrate stuff that can go on a hex, like buildings you can place down. Yeah, okay, you've got some time. Okay. Man, thanks for that. Excuse me, I'm just responding to Colin because he's been working hard on this stuff. That's actually good because it means we can focus on. We don't have to parallelize. I don't have to worry about talking with people or anything like that. So that'll be helpful. Have fun, George. Have a nice time. Thanks for a stream. Your stream was great. And, yeah, have a nice night. Sam Hain, welcome. Thanks for saying hello. I live in the Matrix. I probably do live in the Matrix a little bit, yes. Because I'm in the computer. The files are in the computer, is what I'm telling you. Thank you for joining, everyone. It's nice to start stream and have some friendly faces here already. Let me make sure I'm pulling up the, because I just had to pull up Discord, which laid over those screens, and I need to be able to make sure that I can see that things are live and there's no connection issues and all that. And then let's get back to this. So what is the next layer we actually need to build? We have, I haven't shown much of this. We don't have a lot of even really like tests showing how a lot of this stuff integrates. But let me just talk through briefly what we have. That way I can talk about where we're going to go next. We have some code. First off, I guess the best place to start is health, right? We have some code that tracks when things die, right? If something has health, then when the health goes to 0, it gets despawned. That's sort of a base layer. Another base layer is this concept of the way that the lasers actually move on the hex grid and how they fire when that happens in the game loop, right? So this plugin effectively allows you to, it exposes some types that our tile definitions, like the buildings we spawn in the game, they will instantiate these entities at the right moment in the game loop. And then this will process like what gets hit and all of that effectively. So we have a way to calculate effectively the actual laser reflections and all of that. This is not that important. This is just like a central way to manage the fact that all of the different tiles that we implement, like the HQ and laser tower I'm skipping layers. Let me actually step back a minute. Another thing we have, which is a layer on top of lasers, is this tile, which is, like I said, the buildings, right? We're going to be spawning sort of buildings effectively, or towers, or whatever you want to call them, on various hexes. And those things are then going to be influencing the behavior of the game state, right? So this defines a common contract that those tiles can fulfill. That way, we have sort of a convenient way to express, when we get to these things, I'll show how it's sort of convenient. Similarly, we have a representation for these things in the shop, right? If the tile, this stuff is like, here's an API for stuff that we're going to put on the map, and this is an API for stuff we're going to put in the shop. And actually, I have to change a lot of these internal details because they were wrong. I wrote this. This is one of the earlier plugins I wrote, and then there's some lifecycle changes that have been made. So we won't be using this plugin, but we will maybe get to it later today. I kind of don't expect to get that far since we only have so much time. And then, yeah, the HQ and laser tower, like these are implementations of this tile concept. So we have a plugin that is effectively going to instantiate the specific, systems needed for this particular tile type. And the way that this tile type works is that we define actions, like commands effectively, that apply updates to the world, like through the commands buffer effectively. Bevy has a commands buffer, so we can just, rather than trying to make all of this code fire in place, we can sort of let implementations of tiles downstream say, here's what I actually want to execute when my command needs to be run. Like, here are the things I need to access from the world, for example. One thing we do need to add here is on hit, because it should return some laser tower on hit. But this isn't implemented yet, really, so we're just going to leave this not implemented. We'll come back to it. So, let's delete my old branches. Let's make a new one then. Just real quick, pull just in case. Okay, great. What are we going to name this branch? This branch will be named, I guess like UI? Or like app? Am I using LDTK for, I assume for the level building? I didn't really think about that yet. That's a good option. I was thinking that we might just like randomly insert, how do I say this? Because if we have hex, there's a Rust library hex for managing the actual hex cells. One, I don't remember whether LDTK supports hex. It feels like it should, but I haven't actually seen it do that, so I would have to check. But two, we only really need tiles. We don't really need like map editing, because I'm more likely to just sort of randomly place the obstacles and positions on like a whatever the hex equivalent of square board is, if that makes sense. I guess it could just be square. I mean, maybe it's a rhombus or something like that, but I'm actually kind of imagining, like, actually, it's a hexagon, probably. Because it's a hex. Wow. Brilliant. Brilliant, Sean. Hexagons tessellate into hexagons. Hex. No, I am talking about hex. It's just a coordinate system and you know, layout implementation for hexes. So I imagine if I wanted to, I could like pipe this to bevy LDTK or whatever the name of the plugin is. But again, the question is, I don't. Let me just look. Okay, 2020 closed. I mean, let's see. Does it have hex as like a setting? Examples? Oh, these are the examples. No. I don't know. Crimson Mana, if you have any suggestions here, I would happily take a look, because this would be very useful for I mean, even just painting the, I mean, not painting, I guess. I don't know if LDTK supports painting, but even just visualizing the tiles, like this is still it still would be very useful to use LDTK. So yeah, this is what we're using right now. And how we're going to actually visualize that is slightly up to do. All right, let's get coding. So I'll just call it app, whatever. I mean, it's not really app. That's not really accurate, but we'll figure out a better name for it later. We want... Oh, you silly goose, you forgot to add them here. Ah, not plugins, plugins. Man. Nintendo. Why is Nintendo tearing as many hearts apart as possible with these sounds? I never named my branch. Got a little bit of scatterbrain today. I guess app? Whatever, right? Why not? lib.rs. Probably gonna need as well to introduce like controls here and some other stuff. Because there'll be a picking aspect to this, but actually, I wonder how Hex supports picking. It probably has an example we can look. Maybe just using bevy mod picking is the best way to go, honestly, rather than trying even to like click on things or anything like that. Okay, so I've got HQ. I want health, probably. I guess. I already have health. Yeah, I want game loop. Game loop, that's another one. Game loop equals workspace. Equals true. I want laser tower. That's a classic. What's the problem? Excuse me. Hello? Why are you mad? 2 packages named HQ. Ah. What are you? You're HQ. You're app. You're not HQ. Liar. Right. But still? What's the problem now? Have to be underscores. Oh, not that. So okay. So the app. I shouldn't call it app. It needs like literally any other name, because I'm gonna show you why. This is why. This is the dumbest name. Like, I mean, I guess it makes sense because it is the app, but it's just kind of funny. Maybe I should just call it like Hmm. Oh, I know the problem. I should just be doing this at the top level. That's the difference. This should just go here. Like... here we go. And then this can be Pew Pew Boom plugin, because that's what we're calling the game. Very professional name. Yeah. Yeah, I see it. I see it. Well, we'll figure it out. There's plenty of to-dos here as we go along. What's your problem? Why are you mad? Oh, you need a main. Let's do this. Yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling about it, but we will see. Come back to it. Not, forcing any problems yet. Any decisions, I guess I mean. So this is what I'm looking for here. And this should be what? This should be like... should be using game loop plugin. We want HQ plugin. We want laser tower plugin. We want all these bad boys separated by commas, ideally. Let's see what else we got here. Health plugin. Oh. I want to merchandise plugin. Should also use the merchandise plugin. Though I guess not really, right? We want it to. It's more likely that it'll use the like shop plugin, but I guess we can just do it this way too. Actually, no. Yes, this is the way to do it. And I even want to do it like this. Sorry, I know that sometimes I say things and it's like I don't know why you made that decision, Sean. But it's kind of like it wouldn't help because I'm just kind of talking to myself a little bit. And you're gonna see when I actually type the thing. And I do want merchandise plugin as well. Oh, it's merch plugin, not merchandise. Merch plugin. Rubber ducking myself can help. It helps tremendously. I agree completely. Couldn't agree more, even. Now, here's the thing. We need to improve on this. Again, this is... Oh, wait. Yeah, I need to change this completely. This will end up being basically all of the shop. And then... Yeah, okay. So, here's the deal. What's wrong about this is before, I thought it was going to be that everyone gets one purchase. And so, once everyone purchases, then we sort of proceed, right? And we actually make the purchase. But it'll error if you don't have enough money or not everyone's ready. Et cetera. I've changed it so that the game loop now instead proceeds after a certain component is attached to players, and that's going to just be like a UI button, right? So here's the thing. What does this actually need to do? Well, basically, it needs to do all this without the dumb without the dumb, this stuff. Without all this dumb stuff. Where we check if everyone has done it and then we remove the purchase and all that. So what is a good architecture for this? Because the reason I'm looking at this is HQ and Laser Tower, for example, should also have some line like add plugins or, register merch or something like that, right? And I think I do have an implementation for that in the other. How am I storing the merch inventory? It's not going to be very much. It's just like, each of these types that we define. And effectively the trait is just like define a constant for what it costs. The reason this is mostly useful, we could be doing this without the like type level programming and just be using like a central enum, but it would have cluttered all the logic and it would have been much harder to parallelize with column. So in this approach, effectively what I'm planning on doing is saying like, that this tower has some, how do I say this? Like just like Impl Tile, we also have Impl Merch. And in fact, we should do that. We should at least add the dependency and start the implementation. And I think the only thing that's like required to implement this right now is a, yes, I need to do that, is a const. Yeah, it's just a const. Price. Oh, does it, even in this position, it needs a type? Wow, okay. So I need like money, new, what's it gonna cost? I don't know, like 10 or something, right? And this is it. And then, I guess right now I think I do have define merchandise. Laser Tower. But this just doesn't do what it's supposed to yet, is I guess the point. Because again, the plugin is wrong. The plugin that like processes the actual behaviors. There should be a plugin group now that I think about it. Constant declarations would be nice. Yeah, I didn't know that. Plugin group. Because I'm thinking about it, I'm realizing it's more convenient. This is just a plugin group. We could implement this so that people could, not people, but implementers could disable. It has to be. So that people can disable individual plugins. I need to actually not get rid of these. Hold on. So now what do I do? Self.add. Self.set. Got it. Ah. What? Self.build. Oh, shoot. Let self. Okay, I see. I misunderstood. Oh no, not like that. Sorry, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ta-da. Damn it. Lost my place. Ah, stop clicking the wrong line. It's killing me. Oh my gosh. Remove a plugin after the fact though, right? Like I don't think there's just an app.remove plugin. There's remove sub app, right? But what I'm saying here is if I expose this as plugin group instead of plugin, I can do this .disable, which is important. And I also could choose like, at this layer, I could always choose just not to use this. But the point is that when I'm at this layer where I'm running something like main, what I probably want is, exactly this unless I'm in some other specific environment where I do want to opt into specific behaviors, right? And specific subject, like I'm making a trailer or I'm making a automation or a test or something like that, right? So this is sort of the only place where you need it, right? To some degree, like all of the other plugins I'm actually attaching in these cases, they're sort of not self-sufficient without all of, like, nothing can be disabled is, I guess, the point, right? Anyway. Whoa, hey, I did not mean to turn all of my desktop to mush. Everything got, literally everything got, minimized. That was an oopsie. Yeah, everything can be disabled from here. From now that I'm making it a plugin. If I had just made it a plugin, I would not be able to. But that's good, and you are correct that that's sort of the ideal, right? Because yeah, now if I wanted to have a test, I could say disable. And in fact, I should probably do this. Because if you are importing this crate for some reason, like, you should have a handle to the internal details. Anyway, point is, this is fine. Okay. We have added very little, but we have added. So let's see, what else do I want to add now? I want to add, like, the UI, right? So let's look at hex. Let's see what it looks like to render some hex. I know I had that open somewhere else. I might have closed it. I have no idea. Let's move on. Hex grid, hex area, chunks. I don't think I need many of those. Mesh builder. I guess I might need the mesh builder. We could look at shapes too. Shapes is nice. Hex area. What is hex area doing? I see. So this is just saying we're going to define it as like a fixed, literally just a set of coordinates. Very discrete. Meshes. What is his layout? I missed this. Layout. Wait, what? Oh, I see. Okay, duh. And it's going to be either of these, depending on whether the user chooses flat layout or pointy layout. And that makes sense to me. Hexagonal plane. Border plane. Cursor mesh. What is cursor mesh going to do? Is this for selection? Weird. I don't know why they call it cursor. Maybe I'm missing something there. I wouldn't doubt it at all. You know what? We're doing this wrong. Let's clone this and, take a proper look. Pow. Yeah, I imagine so, but I don't see why that would be the case. If, like, what's confusing me about this is that, where'd it go? Come back. It's added to this color. Oh, cursor entity. Oh, yeah, I am. Okay, now I get it. Yeah, all right, that makes more sense. My bad. Good point, chatter. Good point. Excellently done. Oh. But we're going to visualize it, and that'll help, and we won't have to worry. What are the examples called? Cargo, run, example, hex area. Why not?
Do I have TikTok? Are you serious? When did that happen? Oh my god. I got ESPN. Wow, I'm learning things about my computer from the fact that I'm noticing, you know, I clicked this open. I never would have actually looked at these apps, but since I'm on stream, it's like, wait, what the heck are people seeing? I had no idea I had to do. That's why you use Linux? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a Windows stan or anything. I do use it. Come on, you can do it, compiler. Yeah, for sure. And frankly, like, I don't mind even going through it by hand. Linking error is my C drive. My C drive is totally cluttered in it. We're talking about deep loader tools, aren't we? Yup. Wait, what? No, not yup. You've got like a ton of memory. What the hell? Okay, cargo clean. What? Oh, right, it's PowerShell. Ugh. There we go. It was just because Rust Analyzer was running, I guess. That's probably the reason why that happened. But not the linking error. I don't know why the linking error happened. I have had it happen plenty of other times, though, with bevy apps, and it usually just goes away after our cargo clean. Actually should clean my cargo cache, too. Got a lot of outdated versions in there. Like, here. Where are we looking? Find a bevy import or something like that. Glam? Yeah, let's find glam. Yeah, so look how much glam I got. I got so much glam. You see this? Look at all this glam. I'm glamorous. Was the ideal crate to pick, too. Not intentional. All right, so we were looking at hex area. Let's look at shapes next. Why not? Ah, I see. Where does this come from, though? Is this a... Oh, sweet. All right, that's awesome. Bro, why are you crazy? You're actually mad at me about something? Link library limit of... Oh, gosh. Okay. Oh, I don't want bevy dilib. How about what if you don't use that feature? Cargo clean again. Actually, let me just search for this elsewhere as well. Okay, good. That makes sense. That's a dilib problem. I've had that happen again. Rust Analyzer gets confused when you turn, because it's all about like the linker step. I don't really have like insider knowledge on all the details there, but it kind of makes sense to me intuitively that changing something like that might upset Rust Analyzer. But these are These are 3D shapes? Camera 2D bundle. Okay, so I guess it is outputting 2D. It's just still using a mesh to do so. Shape hexagon is a resource primarily? Yeah, okay, interesting. Oh, go back. Setup. Yeah, here we go. Got it. So this is how we're actually getting the transform. And then, yeah, got it. So map.material though, that's useful to understand. Where is that coming in? Hex map. Oh, okay, I see. We're just setting this. All right, great. So really what this is telling us is hex is just about the coordinate systems, but it does provide tools for like easily generating starting positions. The cursor makes more sense now because it's literally just whatever one the cursor's highlighting. Yeah, incredible. Why is it showing 2? It's kind of funny. All right. So with that in mind, honestly, I might just steal this. Like, this looks awesome. This is really good. I'm just gonna steal it. Like, it's for me now. Let's see. Map UI. Or like tile map. Tilemap.rs is kind of the word. And we are gonna have to change tons of things. Not this. Use hex. Yeah, sure, why not? In fact, let's put all these at the bottom. Just a bit of a separation, like a particular categorization I like to use for our workspace dependencies. Great. Oh. What is the hex spec to? It's also glam. Are there 2 separate glams? Oh, there's 2 separate glams. Who's adding glam 25? How dare you? How dare you, Hex? Are we using an out-of-date hex? Doesn't look like it. That's so confusing. Why? What? This is 0.17. Oh, I'm so stupid. I'm still on the 0.17 branch, so of course there are no other commits. Okay. But up here, this isn't on 014 until main. Oh, okay. We gotta do that. That's a good point. So, okay. That should work. No longer 2 glams, I hope. Let's get rid of eGUI. Let's get rid of eGUI. Although we will here we probably will add back the eGUI inspector. Actually, we'll add the bevy editor, please. And we'll feature gate it. Maybe I should do that now. Ah! Oh, wait, is it up to 014? Stupid. What is the person's username? Oh, I don't have the type ahead on this browser because it's on the other profile. That makes sense. Like out here typing what I think is the URL. Just being wrong. There we go. I misspelled his name. Okie dokie. No, still 013. And I wonder if there's a PR out even. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it would be good to have the editor for this, but let's not force it. Let's not force it. I could put it in here, but I'm not going to, as I guess the end result. This does not have main. That's not how this works. I think I'm going to ignore... Got it. Okay, so I probably do need to add... My mouse ran out of batteries. I probably do need to add some kind of resource containing that property, but exactly which one, we'll figure out naming and all that in a minute. I'm going to get another battery. Give me 1 sec. Alrighty. Okie doke. What's up, Extreme Gamer? Oh, I see. It's just letting you change the details. So I think I want to keep this system. I will edit it. I'm not gonna keep it as is. But all this code we're gonna keep. All this code is important. Not quite all of it, but most of it. From the layout. Why? Why? I don't understand that, but okay. Let's just change it to 1 point. Why not? Center aligned, build, that works good. Made a temperature converter. That's fantastic. Congratulations. Extreme Gamer has been learning how to write JavaScript for the first time. Well, not quite the first time as I understand it. But every achievement is appreciated and celebrated, is the point. Yeah, I don't need any of this either. I can just say shapes hexagon. sections fit together. Oh, like so that the borders don't overlap each other. All right, I can get around that. I can get behind that. Yeah, that makes sense. Don't need that. Why are you here? What are you even about? Oh my gosh, you're a tech guy. Yeah, clearly you are. Let's change this a little bit. Yeah, true. I wanna not change too many things first. I'll edit it. I'm gonna do it the other way. I'll just change it later. 2-1. I mean, plugin. Now the question is, do I actually want to call this tile map? Is that the right word? I guess it is. Okay. I'm gonna make this a property of the tile map plugin. I'm gonna use slightly more in-depth naming. We're gonna also make this a member of tile map plugin, so I can say self. All right, Extreme Gamer, don't spam. Cherno had a similar issue when he and his teammate at Hex came for the Dara game jam. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so you're a Cherno watcher. That's really cool. Yeah, I follow him as well. I don't watch all of his stuff just because I'm extremely lazy and can't keep up with everything on YouTube. But no, he's really good. So that's cool. This should still exist. Do this. Hex. Tile material. Shapes. Hexagon. Default. Dot chords. Like that. Extreme Gamer, I encourage you to make whatever compels you. If you have an interest in that, then by all means. Honestly, this is great. Huh. All right. I guess we'll just keep it as is, right? I mean, Oh yeah, you got it. You got it, Extreme Gamer. Yeah, I'm trying to be more presentable. So if you can't read the code, please do say something. I'm happy to account for that. There might be times where I have to zoom out, but I'll try to remember to zoom back in again. Oh, where did your chat go? There we go. No, come back. Oh, did I hit the like pop in chat button? Yeah, I did. Come back out and go over here. There we go. All right. I actually want to do this on startup, don't I? We're probably not going to actually keep these systems. I just want something that, sort of is in place with the old code. This has to be done like a run if or whatever. In JavaScript, var, let, and const are pretty meaningfully different ways of defining variables. Let me finish this line of code and then I'll kind of take a little tangent here for a moment, okay? Set. I need to add a construct tile map systems. Just derive what? Clone, copy, debug, partially key cache. and then system set. So basically, var is cursed. That's it. Var is cursed. Don't use var. Let is not cursed. Let means that you might change the value. Let means I want to say later on y, now maybe we'll make y a number. I mean, if it's a string, it's also fine. It's just sort of, I don't want to write cursed JavaScript in my examples. You can do this. In comparison with const, you're defining an immutable variable. Immutable. As opposed to mutable. Right? What that means is this does not compile. And when I say does not compile, I mean like, if you're in TypeScript, it will yell at you. If you're on the browser, it's not that it doesn't compile. It'll just say like, here's a, give me a browser somewhere. Oh, hey, whoa, hey. It's gonna yell at me. It's gonna error. And additionally, where was I? Here it was. And additionally, why is var cursed? Basically, var is cursed because of a lot of confusing edge cases that exist. It's sort of easy to shoot yourself in the foot because of the way that it works around scopes. When I talk about scopes, I'm talking about like if I have a function here, my fun, and I have a for loop. And inside that, I have a callback. This variable is defined for more places than it looks like. Like this variable exists out here. I can reference A. Sort of. Sometimes. It gets confusing, basically. There's edge cases, right? I would not use var here. If you say let is only defined for this scope. If I try to call A out here, it'll be confused. It'll be like, you don't have an A. I don't know what you're talking about. Like whoever ever mentioned an A, I've never heard of an A. I've never met an A in my life. So this is useful. This is useful because it means that down here, I might want to have a different thing named A, or I might want to just straight up not have anything else named A, but I want to make sure that next time I'm here, I make a different A, and I'm not talking about the same A. That's not always true with var. Now, an important thing to notice, as far as scopes are concerned, callbacks in particular are kind of notorious for this. There's a problem known as the stale capture problem, which is, don't worry too much about the details. It's just like a pattern that devs can fall into where like you have a variable here that is some object and I put it into the callback. I like do something with it in here, and then I pass this callback around a ton, right? And like this, maybe I even save this callback. Maybe I say like my callback map equal right? And I'm saying like my callback map equals this. By the way, little note. Why am I able to mutate this? What? Even const, you can like, even though it's supposed to be mutable, you can actually edit the internal properties of it. You just can't change the reference itself. You can't like move this to point at a different object. So it gets very confusing is I guess the point. But if you did something like this, you can create lots of problems. So anyway. I don't know about that you can't have another of the same var. That might be accurate. Yeah, beautiful lifetime issues, right? Isn't that great? Yeah, JavaScript programming is quite the thing. But yeah, it's basically an older construct. I think it not being designed for modern JS, like that's very accurate. Let and const were intended as a redesign for how you construct your or how you initialize your variables and how you define your variables. Yeah, it isn't entirely const. Exactly. It's what you're saying is that the object's memory location won't change. This is kind of a bigger, deeper question, Extreme Gamer. I think I think based on the sorry, I hit my mic. I think based on the level of sort of experience you've described so far, it's probably better to focus on synchronous JavaScript for now. Async is very good and very useful, and you will want to learn it eventually. But if you're already if you've used, for example, fetch, then you've used the promise syntax. Async await is a sugar for the promise syntax. Sugar meaning it's just a different way of expressing a feature that, it's syntax that doesn't need to be there. It's syntax that can get interpreted into something else that already exists, right? So it's a sugar for the promise syntax. And that's not really related to callbacks. Callbacks have to do with defining functions in a scope that might capture variables from that scope. And the thing that I was talking about with Crimson Mana just mentioned, lifetime issues, right? We were talking about how it's easy to get tangled in terms of what callback has what value, right? I thought you had fetched. Okay, never mind. That's no problem then. But the point is that it's even easier to create bugs if your callbacks now are asynchronous. Or not to create bugs, but yes, to create bugs, but that's not really the point. The point is that you, as a developer, you should be focused on learning one thing at a time. I think, go next to promises, maybe. Go next to fetch, like the fetch API. If you want to try to use the async await syntax to manage that, the one I do personally like promises. I'm cool with the async await syntax, but I do use promises a lot as well. I think promises are in many cases more sort of easier to represent what's going on. But if you want to use async await syntax for your learning of fetch in particular, I think keeping it at a small scope where you're not gonna write any crazy bugs or anything like that, I think that's a great way to learn it. But just keep in mind that effectively what's happening is when you're writing your regular JavaScript, at some point or another, you're executing a line of code that goes off and does another thing, and you sort of don't get to hear back from it. That's not entirely true. You can set flags that you could mutate inside the asynchronous callback, and you can do all sorts of things, right? But the point is that once you fire an async callback, the next line of code immediately happens, right? So that's why there's this sort of coloring problem that I think you might have referenced earlier, where oh no, you didn't. You talked about async fixing callback. Sorry. There's been discussion about basically a coloring problem where when you're in synchronous code, you can't as easily call async code. And yeah, just that's the thing to be aware of, right? Is that's sort of necessarily the point, that if you're in a synchronous environment and you're going to try to make an asynchronous call, you can't wait on that asynchronous call. You as a synchronous scope, whatever scope you're at, if it is synchronous, it's not going to be able to wait for the execution of the async thing to complete. So it's more initializing a side effect to make such a call is, I guess, the point. Make a weather app that fetches API data. I say go for it. It sounds like fun. Sounds like a lot of fun. You probably will get tripped up on async. Feel free to ping in the Discord if you have specific questions or want me to look over code. right. Small distraction, but we're coming back. Happy to help out too. It's not a problem at all. Following how to build projects sometimes. Oh yes, without a doubt, without a doubt. Is it good money to spend on API courses and stuff? I wouldn't spend money on an API for a like a learning project, right? Like if you're actually paying for an API, that seems unnecessary. Like generally the rule is don't pay for things you don't have to, right? Paying for your education, like that's a personal decision. I can't tell you when it's useful to buy a course or not. I do think like you as a person probably will want some balance of learning from external resources, learning from trying and testing and experimenting yourself, as well as like, yeah, occasionally using professional courses or whatever else. But you should be like vetting the courses themselves first, and like, you know, am I having trouble learning this on my own? Do I want instruction? Is it maybe you want the structure? Like maybe the structure is useful for you. So the answer to that question is more like a lifestyle question. I can't really weigh in a meaningful way, if that makes sense. All right. I do want this, don't I? Maybe this should be at the top level. Right? Because, like, this isn't the only thing that's going to spawn. Yeah, 100% Crimson Mana. At very least at first, right? You should always test if you will, like, learn something through curiosity first. So may as well. Ah! Code really good. You learn a lot from him, like functions and stuff. That's great. I mean, that's useful. Definitely, you know, pay attention to like why the decisions are made, and you know, you'll be fine. That's great. I might just define this as a command. I see what this is doing now. Yeah, 100% Crimson Mana. Completely agree. We're not doing this, though. This is not how this is going to happen. We don't need an entity there. I appreciate it, Extreme Gamer. I'm just getting started with a lot of my content and streaming and all that, and I've got a lot of stuff to build, so I definitely want to accept feedback on what are good things to build. So definitely, you know, let me know if there are things you want to learn about. That said, tutorials take a lot of time, so this is kind of like a one step at a time kind of thing. Hopefully in time I can get more into educational content, but what I'm hoping for most out of this channel is actually to be like able to build like small enough games that we could, you know, playtest them on stream and do fun things like that. And frankly, I program so much bevy that if I'm gonna educate about anything, it would probably be bevy. Though, you know, my JavaScript, TypeScript knowledge is also, you know, it's my sort of other primary proficiency. So, if I did anything else, it would be the web, I guess is the point. This is not what I'm saying. I'm saying implement command, not that command, not standard process command. Function apply. What is TypeScript? TypeScript is it's a program. Is the most accurate way to say it. It's something you can run, and effectively, but it's also a specification for a language. Effectively, it's an extension of JavaScript syntax. So if you were writing a JavaScript file, you know, you might have like const my whatever equals 10. Well, in TypeScript, you could say, hey, this is a number. And then what TypeScript will do for you is later on, you might say function handle number number, and maybe it outputs, you want it to output a Boolean, whatever, right? You get the ability to add static typing to some degree. And then later on, if you try to call handle number on my whatever, it'll be cool. But if you call handle number on a string, or something that maybe my whatever number or string, like you could have types that could be multiple things, and it'll yell at you is the point. Or I guess, yeah, that should not work. This should error, but I guess it's just not using the actual TypeScript extensions for this. Point is, TypeScript is a it's a layer on top of JavaScript that will help you write more maintainable code if you opt into it. No, actually. I don't want to spawn empty. I want to go grab that earlier spatial definition that existed. Oy. All right. I appreciate it, Extreme Gamer. I will look for more of a hook next time. I think nowadays I've been pretty focused on right now I'm really focused on the performance of the stream more so than the activity of the stream. I mean, I'm very glad to have people here joining. But I mean, I need to work on my consistency and making stream entertaining, and just the being comfortable with it, right, is important. So that's what I'm focusing on right now, which is why you might not see immediate progress on stuff like that, but yeah, I'm taking notes, so much appreciated there. Mesh, assets mesh. Oh, Zelda. Here's the problem. I probably can't. I can. Yeah, this is what I thought. The word bevy was enough to draw you in, Crimson Mana. That's great. And yeah, I totally get that, Stream Gamer. Understood for sure. So, how am I gonna do this? Let me just say layout. Can I do that? This, then this, okay, so we can drop world in both of these cases now before we get to spawn, I believe. Oh, another clone week. That makes sense. Let's go root. Map root. Oh, it's used here. Okay, that's fine. Honestly, let's just run this, right? Just run it. Why not? And actually, let's do one thing here. Let's say default features equals true in this case. Because in every other case, I believe, yeah, we're using workspace true. And the detail here is that the workspace dependency, I've turned off features so that individual subcrates can opt in, and we therefore only opt in when we need to. Now I'm going to completely unwind all of that because of the top layer. I'm going to opt back into default features. But this will be useful for, you know, if I want to have a server bundle or whatever else. A little easier to opt out and opt into the specific things that we need. Oh, wow, we're at hour 15 on stream already. I unfortunately don't have tons and tons of time today. I have a lot of plans tonight. And I have lots more code to write, too. Thankfully, a lot of that I can actually do on stream. I don't know what that sign language emote is. It looks like it's a sign language emote. Like meow? Is that what what that means? Am I old? I might be old. I think I'm old. That's life. It's okay. This guy does not know the memes. He's ancient! Get him out of here! Get the pitchforks! Oh, come on. What went wrong this time? Stack Overflow. Really? Stack Overflow? What? What? Storm the gates. Dude, are you crazy? What did I do? Somewhere there's some kind of problem. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna disable all these. And we're gonna do it one at a time. We're gonna see which one creates the issue. Screw coding, learn the memes. Cannot return without recursing. Who's, whoa, 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 whoa. So that's dumb. I'm real dumb. That's the problem. Is that I'm calling that's this function, silly. Alright. In fact, put everything back. I was like, oh, .build must be some, you know, feature of self that we call to like complete the build process. It is. It is. That is what it is. It's the one I'm implementing. And it still overflows its stack. That's a problem. Really? Wow. So there's multiple problems afoot. Man, apparently I'm garbage at coding. We'll see what happened. I may need to bump my U limit. I'm down for that, but I don't think I should have to. Like, I think it's more likely that I have some loop that's doing something I don't want it to be doing. So, I mean, if at the end of the day it's like, nah, dude, you just need to like actually have a lot of memory, then like, okay, but I'm surprised. This shouldn't be such a big game. It should be pretty small. Just game loop plugin. How about just this? How about that? Are you gonna make me cry? Don't make me cry. There's all these people watching. Yeah, okay, so it's not this then? That's fascinating. I must, right? Like that's what I'm thinking. I mean, I had that before with the build, which is what I was joking about. But what's weird is I would have thought that when I only included this one, like this one does nothing. I guess it's not dot set. Maybe I'm stupid. Oh, it's because it calls dot build. It's just not dot set. It's a different, I'm supposed to use a different API. All right, my bad, oopsie. Let's look at Bevy's website. Examples, app, plugin group. What's the function called? Okay, all right, I guess it's this. Oopsie. I'm surprised. It's weird that it consumes self, but never actually uses it. To me, that's surprising. But okay, we figured it out. That's the problem. Still? Now what? Game loop plugin does not appear in this plugin group. What are you talking about? What? No, I just don't usually create plugin groups that often, so I always forget how it works. I just forget the API like every single time because it's rare enough. I only ever really create them at the top level like this. Why is it yelling at me now? I don't understand. Use C++, you want to see this? I can program in C++, I just don't want to. Add instead of set? Ah. Oh, duh. Okay, yes, I did see that. I just forgot to change the issue. Thank you very much, Crimson Mana. Much appreciated. Now what? Resource? Got it. Because this needs to be up here, and so does this. These will come afterward. At least I assume it adds the, yeah. Okay, what now, bud? Oh, a panic in a system, actually. Forgot to add the event. It's worth doing. No, I didn't. Did I? Is it another ordering problem? Ah, I don't add the lasers plugin. Wait. Resource requested by game loop complete act phase. Also does not exist. But why laser path event? I really thought I added that one. Okay, I need to add this event. That one I know. Oh, I forgot I added laser path event. That's right. So, this is a detail I added and completely forgot about. Basically, in addition to lasers needing to, in addition to the fact that when lasers hit something and we want to detect it, we also want to know the path they took. I don't want to, have to track the lasers across frames and, have them actually be rendered. I'd rather just run the simulation, know the output, and then simulate that visually. So that's what this is going to do, is provide the path the laser took, and then they can all be sort of simulated one at a time or whatever else. Maybe now it'll work. We've got some unused variables. That's a classic. Don't need that, that's for sure. By you. Yep, you don't need that yet. By you. Yep, you don't need that yet. And ta-da! We have nothing happening. Hooray! Nothing. What about this? See you later, Extreme Gamer. It's possible I'll be off by then, because I'm not going to be on too much longer, but hopefully I will see you in 10. Hooray! Look, we've got stuff. It's very small. It's very small, and I don't have the cursor entity or anything like that. I do need to add that stuff back. That was really useful. So let's do that. Not this one. Let's get rid of that one. And this one. So shapes were really useful. I'm glad we have a big hex grid. And I do think flat is the way to go here rather than pointy. Seems to look pretty good. Handle input. I honestly, this might just be a copy directly type situation. Highlighted hexes, huh? I don't want this resource from this example, because the goal is not to ever really use those. Wait. Dot entities? Aha. I see. Okay, so in this case, there is an entity for each hex. Is that the case in the other example as well? It probably is. Because, yeah, for coordinate, and the coord is a hex. In fact, I kind of want to call this hex, but separate thing. We spawn a bundle. Interesting. We don't, though, add a component at all. There's a degree to which I'm thinking, why would I use a resource here? I could just query. Hex. I'll just call it a tile. We'll say dref mut. Hex doesn't implement reflect. It does if I add reflect to it. Features equals reflect. Not reflect. Bevy reflect. Where else are there problems? Oh, that's right. There's all this stuff down here. I don't want to do any of that. I don't want to do any of that. I don't want to do any of that. So this is getting the actual position as a vec2. This is getting the hex as a vec2. I'm going to do it this way. A little bit of control flow just to keep things flatter. So I see. So the reason that they have this abstraction is because it's a hash map from hex to entity, rather than having to iterate and search for it. So okay, I'll bite. I'll call it tiles though. And then here, this is stupid. This is not helpful. And the reason I'm saying that is, specifically, it's not helpful that this is a command. So let's do it this way instead. I'm gonna make this just a regular component. And what we're gonna do is this is gonna go back to being a system. In fact, it's all going to be the same system, I think. No. Well, whatever. Function. What are we going to call it? Spawn tile map. But we're going to look for basically added tile maps. Maybe not added. Pub struct. That's a good idea. I'll tile map. I don't know, data? Tile map? I'll just call it tile map data. with tile map, without tile map data. Without tile map data. So we use commands. And this is really tile maps. This isn't just the word query. This has a name. So when we add one of these tile maps, it's gonna then like hydrate that entity with this. And I'm quite fine with that, the fact that this is a big component. Quite fine with that. Like, I can make this const even, right? Const text layout. Can't use self from outer item. That's fine. I don't really. Wait, what? Oh, interesting. Tile map plugin. Default. My typing, man, has been really, really rough today. I keep just randomly whiffing letters. I'm not going to insert a resource. Instead, we're going to say let tile map. What did I call it? Tile map data equals. It's going to have the layout. It's going to have the material. It's going to have tiles, hash map, or default. I need to warm up my fingers. Yeah, probably. Seems possible. I wonder if this has a constant. It's fine. I'll just say let. Insert tile map data. Duh. We need to put it here. And we need to clone these. It's kind of silly because this is only ever going to be like one at a time. Whatever, it's fine. Alas, you have returned. All right. And now in here, we're gonna do all this business. See it? This would be the root. We have it already. Let's get meshes. Show what you have so far. Give me a moment. Give me a moment, I will. Heshes. Meshes. What is the game I'm working on anyway? So I believe I described it briefly, but you might not have been here. I'll show it in a moment. Again, I will. I'm gonna just trust me. I'll get to it in a moment. Okay, good. We're doing now. Just gonna copy this. This we don't need. 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 I feel like that's fine. Ah. Should be commands. Set parent is what is it? Map entity is what I'll call this. No longer simply entity. Oh, I copied instead of pasted. We're pasting now. Map entity. Then what I'm doing here, dot ID, let hex entity, say tiles equals, or no, tiles dot insert, yeah, coordinate hex entity, right? Let mut, make it mutable, cool. Something like that. Honestly, I bet I can erase this. Yeah. Okay, so now with that, we don't need this anymore. Handle input, we can put in here. And then fix. We're not doing this. Oh. Yeah, we're not doing this. Query for... Do I know Python? Yes, I do know Python. I do not frequently use Python, but I do know Python. Tile map data with tile map. I mean, I guess that's the only time where you have a tile map. So maybe I do just say that. Oh, there was also the cursor. Where was the cursor again? Yeah. Cursor entity. Border plane. Ah. That's good to know. Let's grab that. Let's just store some of that code for later. What can you make in it? You feel like experimenting. Hello world text. Just don't feel like a boss. Good. Glad you feel like a boss. Python. Python. Like a lot of the places where it's most popularly used are in scientific computing. So stuff with big data. Like if you wanted to use something like LangChain or, NumPy and pandas and all of that for like data science-y work, that stuff is certainly very vogue. It's in vogue. But I also know there's a lot there. I don't really think that would be very good introductory work. So in terms of what to build with Python introductory projects, I know that there are a couple of little like GUI libraries, like frameworks. I don't really remember what they were called, unfortunately, but you could look up like Python GUI and then use that to build little applications or whatever interests you. The other thing you could build is Spider, I think. There's a very, very popular Scrapey actually is probably the one that you should use. Scrapey. This is Python for scraping the web. And so you've been doing other web stuff, so this is kind of going to build off of that knowledge. And in that way, it might be an easier project to start with, like scraping some site for some data or something like that. I'm gonna say that this is also a single, but later we can iterate. Data dot layout. I guess, huh? Nice. I don't understand what this is doing. You think the site for the book Automating with Python has some ideas on what one could do. Not sure what kind of level they're for, though. Yeah, as I understand it, Extreme Gamer is pretty beginner level, but books are always a good place to start, and I wouldn't doubt it that even a relatively intermediate book could be still fine for a beginner with Python. Can you put Python in your HTML, CSS, and JavaScript? You could, in theory, but that would mean basically packaging a Python interpreter, right? Python is a program. It's a language specification, but it's also a program that runs the Python code or compiles the Python code. Yep, that makes sense. But so if you were to run Python in your JavaScript app, like in a web app rather, the more likely way you would be doing it is not that it would be in your JavaScript or on the client side at all. It's that you would be sending requests to a Python web server of some sort. So actually, that's another good potential first project. You were just learning about APIs. What's the name of the library? Brain. Come on, Brain. Oh my gosh. What is the Python? It's not Django. It's the smaller one. This is killing me. Flask. Thank you, Flask. Python Flask. Okay. Thank you, Google. Flask is pretty small and pretty simple. Yeah, take a look. I mean, there's a lot of magic. I'm going to be honest. When I say there's a lot of magic, what I mean is there's a lot of stuff that, like, Python and Flask together have a lot of little details in this, even this, like, 6 lines of code or whatever, 5 lines of code, that, like, what is this @ symbol, for example? Like, what is this? That's kind of it is a very complicated thing. So I guess my point is, there's a degree to which you want to learn from this because it holds your hand and doesn't make you think too much about it. There's also a degree to which you need to be careful when using something like this because it's holding your hand a lot and doesn't make you think too much about it. So just if you're going to, use this to kind of get an idea of like what it looks like and then maybe go learn elsewhere and like dive deeper into docs and things like that. Reading is your best resource is one important thing to keep in mind. Also, hello, Foss Unleashed. I don't think I said hello. Nice to see you. So this is just getting the coordinate that I'm on. It's not actually doing anything with it, and that's fine. Let's do this. Let's say log info. Hovering tile this entity, and we'll say this for like a little XY coord dot. Okay. That was kind of funny. One moment, please. Excuse me. We're back. Yeah, so these are the entities for the actual hexes. This is the cursor entity. But I need to track the cursor entity as well, so I'm going to have to add that in if I want to have that same behavior, and I do. So where's that track cursor system? I'm sure there is one. Ah. Got it. So mouse.pressed is the easy way to do this. Oh, I am stupid. I got the point. Okay. So what this was doing earlier, this is the tracking system. Where was I? Let's just do this. And then up here, basically, all this stuff over here. This is what I'm hovering. This is the hovered tile. Sorry, Extreme Gamer. I was taking a moment to focus before I responded. I will always get back to chat. Sometimes I need to take a moment to finish a thread mentally. Is it a good idea to learn Python at the same time, make a couple projects? That's sort of up to you, right? Like, there's a degree to which it might be better for your general programming skills to learn more broadly, but it could also equally be worse for your JavaScript retention, right? There's definitely value to just sticking with one thing as well. I would say don't overcomplicate. Like, don't rush, dude. Like, take your time. If you're bored of like what you feel like are small projects that you can make with JavaScript, like look into how to extend it, not into a new project, right? That's not a requirement. You don't have to do it that way, but that's a way to try to get more depth rather than breadth, which you should choose between the two. Like you should choose what you want to educate yourself on. I can't decide that for you. Okie doke. Let's see here. What else are we adding? So whatever's hovered, we do want to... Where are you? Where are you? We want to grab... Remember Cheese in Discord? Yes, I've seen Cheese in Discord. I do recall. I hope they are well. Oh, I see. So what they're doing here is... Where is this? Ah, here it is. There we go. Yeah. They're taking... Basically, they're defining the cursor entity, and then whenever a hex is hovered, they move that entity over there. So we'll do the same thing. We'll do the same thing. He told you it's good to grasp some Python fundamentals. Well, that's fine. I don't think he has an incorrect opinion. It's sort of like, I mean, I guess my point from before, right? Like, you get to choose, ultimately. So. That was an accident. Why not, right? May as well. Okay, have fun. Good luck. Hey, what's up? How you doing, Noah? Hex to world pause? Yeah. What do I need? Coord? Coord. Things are hot there. Well, that's a bummer. Where are you? Or maybe not. I mean, maybe it's wonderful. Ah. I wish there was like an XY0. What am I working on? I'm working on a fun little tiny game. And I'll talk to you about it in just a moment. I want to get this code written. And then I might hopefully render something on screen, talk about it a little bit, and then maybe close up stream because I got to get going soon. Is that like a from XY? Yeah. I did a silly earlier when I forced this because I am now recomputing that value. Let core equals. There we go. Why don't I just say it this way? Equals position. Oh no, actually, I do want to go backward. I do want to go backward because this position is like the actual cursor position. I want it to snap to the nearest hex. Recompute the inverse to snap to the hex order. But basically, this is a game that's going to exist on a big hex board. So that's the code you're seeing right now. But what did I do wrong? Right, I still need to get a vec3. I'm very silly. Let position vec3 new position.x position.y 0. And actually, let's make it like 10 or something. Actually, ta-da. Let's be imperative. Okay. I mean, this is good, right? Let's take a look, see. So what the game is effectively a little geometry tower defense game, kind of a thing. So we're going to be on a big hex board. Nothing's going to spawn on it, but I'm going to point to places where you could imagine things to exist. Just kidding, it's going to break. Why did it break? What are you mad at me for? No entities? Yeah, that's because I didn't spawn any. Yeah. Oh, silly goose. That's why. Right, so let's take a look-see here. What? Okay. I don't want to have to debug this, or rather, I am going to debug this, but I do have to get moving. Oh, I'm still in Discord. Oops, let me sign off. I need to sign off. But this has been a nice stream. I am going to keep working on this stuff off stream. I'll try to stream it again tomorrow. And then I'm going to be traveling for like a week. So streams will be a little less frequent. I mean, it's only been like a week of streaming, so it's hard to say that. But yeah, I'm going to be gone for a week. I'm going to come back and try to stream more. I will probably stream tomorrow. Either more of this or maybe more of Wild Chess. Wild Chess is ready to test. So that's really exciting. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. It's just I have like other stuff to get to. I have a friend I was supposed to meet up with for a bit. And then my wife's going to get home. I have to like make dinner and stuff like that. So I'll be back on later tonight, hopefully to finish this up, but probably not streaming. So yeah, thanks for joining everyone. It's been a really nice stream, honestly. It's great to have some people stopping by and saying hello and talking about games, and about bevy and about coding. I'm going to try to focus on, like next Tuesday or Wednesday when I get back is probably when I'm going to stream after I'm, after the week. So yeah, I hope to see y'all then. Thanks very much. Take care now. Have a nice day. Actually, wait, let me find someone to send you over to. Let me find a raid. Why would I? I'm so not used to having people that I'm not used to sending over raids. Let's find somebody, shall we? This is game dev. Nuxt is cool. 7 TV website. That should be. That's curious enough. Dawn of the Final Day. It's a nice reference. Anybody seem interested in anything in particular? I suppose this is a non-YouTube problem, but let's do this person. They look fun. I like the... Oh. Do I type /raid here? Where do I type /raid? How do I do this? No! Oh, and we infinite chatted too, which, I mean, what a failure, really. All right, so they don't accept raids. I tried. I have no idea what is happening there, and I'm frankly concerned. Wow. That's pretty intense. All right, let's look at let's do this one. Play Dungeon Mans. Play Dungeon Mans. Why nobody lets me raid? Nobody wants to raid? Nobody wants my viewers? Well, all right, we tried. Try one. Art, fourth. Okay, nobody wants raids. Nobody wants raids. We tried. Everyone, thanks for joining. It's been wonderful. Hopefully next time I can successfully forward the programming to another streamer. But yeah, thanks for joining.